Morning everyone, my name's Pam and this is my vlog Sweet Pea Green, and welcome this Friday morning. I'm here today to talk about something a little bit different. I am on the vlog tour of Project Dress a Girl. So this is an initiative that happens in September every year, part of Dress a Girl around the world, and Mari of MariSews started this initiative that in the month of September we as sewers produce one dress, 10 dresses, any number of dresses that help little girls around the world who live in poverty and sometimes have never had their own dress. Mari's hosted it for a number of years, and over that time we as sewers have created thousands upon thousands of dresses. And I think last year, just in the month of September, the Project Dress a Girl made over 7,300 dresses, which is just astonishing. So yeah, the dresses help little girls all around the world. So whether that's in the States, in Africa, in Europe, anywhere where a little girl does not have a dress or lives in poverty. I won't go into too much detail about what we need to do for the dresses. I will link in the comments, link in the description, MariSews Kick Off video, which after doing it for so many years, it's just so comprehensive. There will be unlikely to be any questions, I'm sure, but Mari will answer anything that springs to mind. So yeah, I will link Mari's kick-off video in the description, and there will be links to a number of free patterns. Every year someone produces a free pattern, so I've used a couple from previous years, and there is one this year which is nice. It's in the 10 to 12 age bracket, so everybody likes to make the little dresses. So often the older girls, there might not be as many, so it's nice just to bring them to the forefront maybe this year. There are a couple of stipulations which I'll quickly mention. Is that the dresses should be made out of cotton or polycotton, something that can take some vigorous washing, because obviously if the little girl lives somewhere where they have no access to washing machines, they could be washing in a river against stones, so it needs to be a tough fabric. So it used to be the case, I think, where you could do a pillowcase dress, but pillowcases not really accepted anymore. It's more kind of your quilting cottons, things like that. No fastenings which may fall off or may need repairing, so no buttons, no zips, because obviously a child may not have, or their family may not have access to the means to mend such a thing. So yeah, if a button falls off, then the little girl may not be able to wear it. So something that just slips over the head or ties with bias tape or twill tape, not ribbon, because again, vigorous washing will wear that down quite quickly. I think that's most of what I want to say. There's a hashtag if you want to post on Instagram and tag Marrying, which is on the kickoff video. The hashtag is Project Dress a Girl 2025. There are ambassadors all around the world, so I will link as well the main Dress a Girl site, which has a list of ambassadors, and I will link the UK site as well, as that's where I'm based. But yes, dozens of ambassadors around the world. So you don't need to send them direct to Mari in the States. Find your local ambassador. So I will show you what I have made. Now I may not be sewing anything in September. However, the way I do it is that I will sew throughout the year. In fact, this is the first time I've kind of got involved. I've followed it for a couple of years, and I always, working in school, I'm always kind of under a little bit of pressure in September. So last year I decided that what I will do is, if I've got some spare cotton fabric, I will cut out a pattern, and if I have no clue what to make for myself, I'll whip up a dress for Dresser Girl, keep them all until September, and then whiz them off to the ambassador. So I will show you what I have made. So the first couple of styles of dresses were free patterns that I found on the Dresser Girl site, and they're made by Thoughtful Creativity. I'll also, she has done a recent blog with 9 patterns, I think, 9 free patterns, so I'll link that as well. So the first one is this little A-line dress with ties and little inset pockets, because one of the criteria for the dresses, which I might have forgot to say, is that they must have pockets, so the little girls can put their treasures in. That's quite tricky to say. Put their treasures in, because they might not have anywhere else to put things. So yes, everything must have a pocket. So this dress is a standard size 2 to 4. So here we go. This was just some quilting cotton that I'd got left over, some bias binding, keep those seams covered up, and I've overlocked it. I mean, you can overlock it, zigzag it, French seam it if you'd like. So that's one dress, and then you'll see a theme with these dresses, that there's a lot of mixy-matchy with the bindings and things. So there's a second dress. So yeah, I've got some binding left over there, but everything else is self-bound. And another quilting cotton. There we go. And you'll see that every dress has got a Dresser Girl around the world label, and that is just to almost show the community around the girls that these girls are looked after, and you know, people are watching out for them. And there's a lovely plain blue, I think it's got crosses, not stars, crosses, and again the label. So that was the A-line skirt. Now I've only made one of these. I'm going to make some more of these, I think. I just wish I'd made it in a bigger size as well, because it's I really like the pocket detail. So this is a side panel dress for age 4 to 5, and here down there that is a huge pocket. So yes, you can see you can put a ruffle on it. I haven't put a ruffle on this one. But this one has no fastenings at all. I'll pop some pictures in as well that you can see. But yeah, this has got no fastenings. It just slips over the head. But yeah, you can see all the way down. Huge pockets. And again, the label needs to be somewhere conspicuous so it can be seen. So those were the smaller sizes. And you don't need to use one of these patterns. I mean, there are dozens of big 4 patterns that are available, so long as you can follow the criteria, no fastenings, and you can always add your own pockets. These ones that I'm going to show you next, I just made a 6 it 6 inch? I'll just measure. I think it's 6 inch. Yes, I cut out 6 inch squares, double face them, made the pocket and just put them on the front, so they're just patch pockets. So yeah, if your pattern hasn't got pockets, they're easy enough to add on. So this dress is the Ginkgo dress by Paraphernalia. So it's basically just a bodice, short sleeves, gathered skirt, and it's got a tie at the back. And this is in sizes 6 and 10. So there we go, that's the first one. There you go, there's the label and the 2 patch pockets. So yeah, this one has got a tie. This one's got a little facing around the front. The hems usually make quite small, just because again, the girls may not have the ability to let them down. And another quilting cotton. I love this, I think it's very fresh looking. And then again, so those were the 6-year-olds, and again, this is a nice 10-year-old's dress. So something for one of the older girls. And finally, my last one, I made a size 10 to 7, and again, this is a Paraphernalia, and it's the petit filet style. So it's just thicker ties on this one. So there we go. And yeah, so I've just got all the little ties, and this one has got the bodice double face with some plain cotton, just to ensure that it's not see-through on the top. That's the thing, the fabric needs to be. I think that's why, as long as the longevity of the fabric with the pillowcases, I think that's another reason that often they could be quite thin and you can see through, and we want to protect the girl's modesty, obviously. So again, patch pockets and the dresser girl. This is how I really started my sewing and the size 10. This is how I started my sewing, being quite so prolific. I used to sew a lot for my friends, so I really enjoy making little girl dresses. So yeah, those are all so that's 10 dresses I've got there to send off to the UK ambassador, and then I will start again when I can't think of what to make for myself. Cleanse the palette. I'll make a dresser girl dress and just keep them ready for next year. So yeah, please do go check out Mari's vlog, giving it all of the details that you need to know. You don't have to be the best sewist. Mari says you don't have to be the best sewist. It doesn't have to be perfect, just so long as it's made with love for the little girl that you're going to be making it for. Okay. I hope you do make, even if it's just one dress, that will be one little girl who may have the first dress of her own in her life, which just gives you, if we can do something like that for another child, I think it's well worth the couple of hours that it will take to make a dress. Okay, thanks very much for listening. Take care of yourselves. Thanks very much. Bye bye.